Yeah, we can talk about it. Hannibal got pushed over by other people running for a ball, or just like pushed over because they were aiming for him. Year 23 of teaching for you. Wow. By the way, thank you for. You know what? It's so important to thank our service members and our first responders for their service, guys. Let's start normalizing thanking teachers for their service as well. Can we be I mean, not the first. I mean, obviously there's people everywhere that do this, but let's make that normal here. When teachers are in the chat, the Royals are freaking good. We're going to get into all this stuff, guys. Just like normally, by the way, anyone who's new to the show or welcome in, guys, let me just talk about this a little bit. We start every show with 15 minutes, just welcoming everyone in, just talking about random stuff. Hey, Emily, saying hello to you guys. And then about 8:15, we just start talking about baseball. But I'll touch on stuff. I'll be honest. The Royals are very impressive. The Twins are freaking good. The thing we're running into, the thing that's so interesting to me about it's gonna come down to September's gonna be so fun. It's crazy. It's funny. Dog days of summer. So you guys hear the term dog days of summer quite a bit, you know? And it's so funny because I'm realizing how that happens in content as well. August is a black hole for making baseball content. Black hole. And the AWA guys, Jack, who runs the Wiffle Ball League, is like, dude, hey, how's August for posting? I'm like, dude, it's bad. He's like, yeah. People just are like, all right, cool. Let's get to the races. The deadline's over, so there's this like 30-day dead period in terms of like where people are just kind of like checking in on the scores, which is kind of true for me too. I took a little bit of a vacation last week because I was so tired from going to New York 4 straight weekends. So tired. I literally was like, I'm not going to watch baseball for 2 days. I'm going to play video games, which I did. I got on Steam, got some new games, and just no-lifed a couple video games for a couple days, and I recharged, and it felt really good, but now I'm back. Did you hear about Blue Jays? Bo Bichette did not want to stay with the Blue Jays. I did not hear that. He probably had his hopes up to go get a clean slate somewhere else, but it's one of those bittersweet type situations. Trust me, I know, man. I felt the same way last year. I was like, I kind of wanted to be traded, but not because I didn't want to be on the A's, because I just kind of wanted to get the furnace going for the end of my career, and it didn't happen. And then I was surprisingly disappointed. Way more disappointed than I ever thought I would be, which is crazy. How do players keep their bodies right? Hey, what up, Kev? How you doing, man? And stay motivated towards the end of the season. My dad said something to me when I was a kid. He said, "It's not how you start; it's how you finish." And I took that to heart. That became my superpower. Like, even when I ran track, it was all about the kick. Like, I could be behind, I knew I could catch up. And that's kind of how I've always played. So, if you go look at my career, even I always finish pretty strong. I was always pitching my best innings. I threw my best innings in the playoffs. So, that's how you keep your bodies fresh is rest. Balancing rest. I focused on recovery so hard, man. I have so much stuff on that stuff that I'm going to be, especially in the off season. When the off season hits, guys, here on the channel, we're going to mix it up. Obviously, we're going to probably talk about other sports. I'm going to be doing some fantasy football this year. I mean, I'm not going to be like doing fantasy football analysis or whatever, but we can talk about football and things. And especially on Twitch, video games might, like, the show might come back. Maybe we play Madden, or I don't know. We'll play something else. But and then we'll make all kinds of other, I have all this other cool baseball adjacent content that I have ideas for, like these longer form videos, these like deep dives things, more cinematic stuff that I'm working on. So all that's going to happen too, but we're still going to do Mayday Monday. Mayday Monday might just get like, basically what might happen is like baseball news might just be like the first chunk, like the first hour. We just go over whatever there is to talk about, trades, trades and free agency signs and projections and rule changes, all that kind of stuff. We'll check in on all that stuff, and then we will like start to mix it up a little bit and just talk about maybe other sports or other things that we're all interested in. Movies, maybe, because I'm so into movies. I went and saw Deadpool the other night, Deadpool and Wolverine, which, holy shit. What games are you playing? I have been playing. Okay, you guys ready for this nerdy ass game? I'll show it to you right now. It's the most. It's not going to surprise a lot of you, but at the same time, you're going to be like, dude, you are a nerd. So, this game right here. I can't believe it. This is funny. It's called Shapes. You guys ever played Shapes? Tarkov wipes tomorrow. Good for it. Anyone here play Shapes? There's some nerds in here. I know it. Someone's played Shapes 1. This is a game over movie. Or game over movie? Game over game. Twisters is just as cheesy as the first. I heard it's cheesy but fun. LOL, no. Okay. So if you can tell by the picture behind it, guys, it's literally like a factory sim. Basically, it's basically it's just it's Minecraft Redstone. And so the shapes are like minerals, and you have to like stack the shapes and do all these different and run them through these machines to get the output you want. It's like you're building Minecraft farms. It's literally Minecraft farms, and I'm on offline, so you can't see. But literally, I got this game like 5 days ago, and I have like 25 hours into it. So yeah, I'm a nerd. I've been playing Shapes, and then I've also been playing Manor Lords. Manor Lords is like a little bit like a Total War type game, like a RTS city builder sim. It's, you know, you build a manor. You have to level it up. There's like battlefields and stuff, and you have to create a militia and stuff. It's fun. Oh, it's Manor Lords, not Banner Lords. Kevin, you'll like this game. Give Manor Lords a shot. It's a single developer, and it's in early access, so like it's really slowly being updated. So the content like cuts off pretty strongly at a point, but like he is really consistent. The Discord's really active. Have you ever played Mountain Blade? I did. I like Mountain Blade. And Banner Lords is fun too. But Manor Lords is inspired by Banner Lords. So like it was one of his favorite games. So that's why he made this. But yeah, it's a solo dev. It's a beautiful game. It runs really well. It's fun. Mountain Blade. Cool. J-Mid, what up? 76 months every week, dude. Every week. Anyway, so yeah, those are the games. All right. Guys, we have stuff. We got stuff to talk about. First things first, news. In the news here on the channel. Guys, great news. September 2nd merch. September 2nd, the Just Punch tickets drop. We'll have all of the stickers, which, by the way, this is the Houston one we went with. So, we got all the stickers here. Pretty neat. You go view all. There's some shirts in here as well. Though there's only 2 available at or 2 up. So like this is kind of what the shirt will look like. Obviously you don't want it in this color. You can get it in the white. But like it says, take a seat with a ticket on the front. Then on the back, you get the Just Punch Tickets badge. That's what it looks like. So that'll be that's on the shirt, and then on the front it's got the little ticket. Take a seat. So that's the Yankees one, obviously. Keep it gooch. Got it. So I'm gonna release 5 of the different shirts. I believe we're doing Yankees, Dodgers, Mariners, Mets, San Diego. San Francisco. Those are the first 5 going to come out. So these 5 and then 30 stickers. So these are all going to come out on my on September 2nd. That's in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today, we'll be launching. And when we launch, if you are there that day and you get stickers or a shirt, it'll be on launch day. It'll be 20% off. So I'll give you all that stuff, all that information. Just something to keep in mind. The stickers are $6, guys. And it's like shipping super cheap. So and then we'll do a multiplier. So the more you buy, the cheaper they get. Labor Day sale. That's what we're gonna do. We're doing a Labor Day drop. So yeah, pretty cool. Just Punch tickets. I have another limited edition thing that's gonna be dropped into the fall, which is gonna be like hoodies and a bomber jacket. And it's gonna be like a patch. Like we're gonna do a patch system. I want to start doing a patch system where we like can have jackets and you can put patches. I don't know. Or I have ideas here, and I have designed all these myself. This is Tigers. This is Astros. I love this. I think this is super cool, the way that color came out. Toronto, the Blue Jays, the Orioles. Like, I got a bunch of cool stuff. So check that out. Think about it. You got a nephew that loves baseball and is out there trying to punch tickets. Well, let's go punch tickets. You know what I mean? Punch tickets, bathrobes. Oh, wouldn't that be sick? It'd be so sick. All right. In other news, September 2nd, that's coming out. In other news, I think we now have the best nickname in the major leagues, guys, and I want to hear what you have to say. If you guys agree in the chat, hit 1 if you agree, 2 if you don't. Joan Kenzie, is it Yon Kenzie? Noel? I don't know how to pronounce it. Joan Kenzie? Noel, third dinger of the series, puts the Guardians ahead in the 6th. If you are unfamiliar with John C. Noel, he is known as Big Christmas. And I think Big Christmas might be John. Okay. So it's John Kenzie. John Kenzie Noel, a.k.a. Big Christmas. Look at this monster of a human being, by the way. Look at this dude. Look how big this dude is. Ha! Who does he remind you of? What recent Cleveland Guardian / Indian does he remind you of? He's not as tall as him. Dude, all caked up on it. Look at that, dude. I want to see him and Adolis Garcia run full speed at each other. Thoughts? It's Franmil Reyes. Shout out to Maxie and Shane. Franmil. Big Christmas. Love that, dude. Big Christmas. What a name. What a name, dude. Christmas Grande, dude. Big Christmas. What a name. I love it. I think that's sick. That's freaking sick, dude. That's freaking sick, bro. All right. I have more news, guys. More news. Or I have a question for you. So. Oops. I didn't want to do that. Who out there has watched Sunday Night Baseball's ESPN2 broadcast? Who watched my broadcast? And who watches? I understand a lot of people that don't watch watching Sunday Night Baseball. I hear the complaints. Remember, we talked about me being chronically online. So I did a breakdown not too long ago of how I did scouting reports, and I want you guys to be able to ask questions about it. So I've been trying to do this for weeks. This is my segment from the show. Now, I know this is going to get DMCA'd, and I'm not going to be able to get monetized on this video, but I still want to do it anyways because I think it's really interesting. And you watched last night? Oh, but it was the kids one, meeting nachos. Like, that's the kids broadcast is just like, you got to have a pretty open mind for that. Or was that on 2? Did you watch the kids version or the old ones? MLB Blue Players Weekend, big time. Hey, Derp Dog, that's our next subject. Anyway, I talked for a couple minutes about my scouting report. This was 2 weeks ago. So I wanted to, and I have to go to the bathroom right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this video on with the audio. I'm going to let you guys watch it, and then you can ask me questions about how I did any of this stuff because I think that you will enjoy it. So here you go. Let's let you watch it while I use the restroom because I have to go to the bathroom so badly. I don't know why there's no audio playing. Why is there? Oh, is it music? Oh, it's music. That's why.
Welcome back to Sunday Night Baseball StatCast edition, powered by Google Cloud, the official AI partner of Major League Baseball.
You're right back.
Bottom of the second inning, we have a special
your question's ready.
Trevor May over at the wonderful wall over here with some brilliant physician-level handwriting. What are we looking at right now, Mr. May?
Thank you for mentioning the handwriting.
You're very welcome.
That's very kind of you. We are looking at a scouting report template that I would use to prepare for series. This is me against the Red Sox last season. And what I would actually do is take these 65 pages of heat maps and then try to whittle it down into a one-page note for myself, so I could look at this and reference it during the game. We have every hitter, and then what I tried to do is take it and get more specific as we go left to right. So this is picking a side of the plate. This is my tunnels. Then we would come over here and list the pitches that they liked and didn't like the most, and then go all the way over here and say, based on these two things that I saw out there, I would write down what I'm going to throw. And then I would try to remember as much of it as possible. Right, and that was hard.
So Rafael Devers just grounded out on a fastball down and away. We have Devers in the shot right now. He's the second line. So fastball down and away, was that in your scouting report?
Thanks. That's a great question. Yes. If you look up here, Rafael Devers, second from the top, down and away, big circle there. It says FF. That means four-seam fastball. What up? Yes, I knew down and away was a great pitch because evidently he can hit that pitch over the Green Monster this year.
But not right there. See?
But not right there. So you got to go. Do you get it? Trevor with the nervous way? That's how I am, man. I'm always nervous. But I was very nervous. They kind of dropped that on me. I didn't really know I was going to do it. This one that's off a few weeks ago, right? Maybe a month now? It was 3 weeks ago, It'd be 3 weeks ago. So they asked me to do that kind of the day before. That is a real scouting report that I used. And the paper one was the real one that I also used as well, but it was on my iPad. And honestly, it was a ton of information. It's 5 pages per guy, but it's just because there's so many heat maps. So, a lot of the stuff was just kind of skipped over because it wasn't relevant to that guy. But that's kind of how I did it. And I am working on putting all that, like that template out and tailoring it a little bit for younger people. But like teaching guys how to do their own scouting reports is something that I want to do. I think it's going to be great in the off season when there's not a lot of baseball to talk about. So I'm going to work a lot more on the Neptune pitching channel then and helping guys get better and coaching. So I just thought I would show you guys that and talk about it a little bit if you guys had questions. So. Or if you don't, that's fine. We can just move on because, this doesn't have to live beyond that. But also, for a broadcast, I understand that was really intense and really kind of in-depth and way too much probably for a first broadcast, even though Mike and Kevin loved it. They were like, dude, that was awesome, which has made me feel really good. But also, like, it was just like a world that they hadn't even considered. And it was really connecting all the statistics to the how do we use this stuff to put it out onto the field, which is the biggest problem right now between media and the sport. So it was really encouraging to hear that, but at the same time, like little bits and pieces like that on broadcast are interesting. But I don't want to lecture, right? So missed you at GCX. Understand the Baby Watch Live. Hope you did well today, brother. Hey, I'm doing well. Thank you, MDY. I appreciate that. Yeah, I felt so bad about not going to GCX, but I just can't because I'm traveling next weekend too. This coming weekend. I just can't, dude. I just can't fly that much, man. And Kate's gonna pop between now and we have a month. We have a month till the due date. So you have every single hitter on their bench in your report. Yeah. Because Paul, I would always get pinch hitters. So like, I'll constantly get pinch hitters, constantly. So I'd have to know about, especially the lefties that might come in and face me. And I wanted to make sure I was up. But usually it was like you prioritize hitters 1 through 4. Make sure they don't beat you. Maybe 1 through 5, depending on the team. And then have a couple things you can key on if you're facing the end of the lineup. And then you got to know their pinch hitters that you most likely might face. So, and it's not like I need to remember 15 points on every guy. It's literally 2 or 3. Like I remember, Cedane Rafaela is a great example. He can only hit the inner third of the plate. Like, that's where all of his damage is, right? So I'm like, I'm just not going to ever throw you in because you never change your swing, and he chases everything. So, like, that's a very easy guy to approach. Now, you still have to execute the pitches. And, yeah, he still might get you. Like, he's also getting better every day, too. But, for the most part, probably not. Another interesting guy is, like, a guy like JD Martinez. He's got 2 spots, big hole spots that you can throw to him every single time, and he will not hit hard ever. But if you miss ever, he's going to crush it. And that's why he's so good. He knows. You know. So you go up and throw 3 pitches exactly where you want, he's out every time. But That never happens. So, like that kind of thing. How different would it look when you were starting? Oh, I didn't even know anything when I was starting, man. When I was starting, it was like 5 bullet points on a piece of notebook paper. Thank you, Ryan. That's very nice of you to say. How much do national TVs dumb down and generalize the sport? Every TV show dumbs down and generalizes the sport, Toxic Tom. You know why? Because it's necessary because of the medium of TV. You have to be able to like hit 5 subjects in 5 minutes and then put people on the hook so that they'll come back 2.5 minutes after the 2.5 minutes later after the commercials. So you're basically, TV is pushing and pulling with commercials, and people don't like commercials anymore. So like it's getting harder and harder, and that's why it's dying. The way that advertising works, they don't have our grasp. They don't have grasp of our brains like that anymore. At least on TV, they have our grasp of brains on the internet. So they put more money into the internet advertising, but the thing is, it's so trend based and finicky that they can't figure out how to make billions over a long period of time. So yes, it's very hard to do live TV. It's really hard. I was blown away. I have a newfound respect for it. How often do you audible in the game when reading swings during the backstand scouting report? Honestly, the scouting report, I found a spot where it very rarely they very rarely deviated against each other. Even their swings would tell me things that I saw in the report because the report covers like 600 ABs. So like the things they're gonna do there, their swing and their adjustments they made, they probably have made in the last. They're probably gonna show up in the numbers. Rarely did I run it. Trevor, do you think my Giants will do anything, or are we a lost cause? I don't think you're a lost cause. Your pitching's too good. But they keep like winning five of 6 and then losing 4 of the next 6. Like that's just not going to get you in. What up, Trey? How we doing? How much of a factor is mindset and belief as a pro, especially as a reliever? I would say that it is. I would say mindset is 60% of all success in the major in professional sports. Mindset. It's not just like I'm really good. That's not what I mean. What I mean is you have a mindset that where you have a default that you're in, and then that mindset adjusts based on the situation. Well, you have a system. You have a mindset system. I think that's where teaching that kind of developing mindset falls flat for younger people. I think it's just overly simplified. They're like, hey man, just be confident. We say the what a lot without the how. And I think the how, yes, you get confidence from seeing yourself succeed, but you got to learn to visualize well, so you can visualize yourself succeeding without having to have the actual experience all the time. Though that will get easier the more you experience it. Yes, you got to develop that. That's part of your mindset. I had the mindset that I was a trapped animal, an animal cornered in a cage, and the only way to go was forward. And what was forward of me was the other team. Like that's how I had to get because I got so anxious and nervous and like anticipatory. Like I get so keyed up. We know about this with my anxiety and stuff, but like that's how I rolled. You talk to your catcher about your approach before the game? Yeah, all the time. Me and Shea Langoliers were just talking about it constantly. I would always approach him. Every time I saw something interesting, I'd be like, hey, man, do you see this? And it's so funny. A lot of times, guys' eyes just glaze over, right? Is Rich Hill at the age of 44 going to provide anything for Red Sox or just army innings because the bullpen outside of Martin Kelly stinks? Oh, my God, did Rich sign? Did Rich Hill sign again with the Red Sox? How do you feel about Dustin May? He's got the best last name in the major leagues now. He used to be the second best. Now it's the best. He used to be tied for the best. How often do you guys make weird adjustments on the fly? Some guys make tons of adjustments. Some guys don't make any. Like are open to making weird adjustments. Depends on what you mean by weird also. Sedane starts crowding the plate or something to make him pitches more middle in against someone living away from him. Yeah, that would be great. Guys do that a lot. We've seen Victor Robles step way up in the box a lot lately. Like obviously up in the box. Minor league deal for Hill. What a guy, man. How do you feel about the Guardians? It's a solid team. That's a good bullpen. I just hope they don't fall apart by the end of the year. How have the Astros managed to stay in the picture after all the injuries of the pitcher? The ineptitude of the rest of the division. Astros have been very, very, very lucky that no one ran away with the division. They know that, and they have the talent and the experience to outlast anybody for a whole season. So it's not remotely surprising they got the Mariners. Mariners Mariners pulled a 2021 Mets. We were in first until August, and then we didn't end up very well. Pirates have any hope? I would say at this point, no. The Pirates are out, which sucks. Signed to AAA. The fact that he's even able to pitch right now is crazy because he's 44. You rely on your catcher to maybe adjust the approach in those situations? Depends on your catcher. Usually you don't need to depend on each other. You kind of just like intuitively make the decision once you pitch to someone long enough. I thought it was their year to win the division. I mean, there's still hope. They keep scoring 10 runs every 3 games. Do you think the Jays signed Vladdy to a long-term deal? I don't know, man. So, okay, when it comes to Bichette and Vladdy, just wait for the offseason. Wait for the offseason. We're going to get really good clarity on like what they're trying to do, I think. What they're trying to do. All right. Keep the questions coming, guys. I want to answer questions all day today, but there's 2 big subjects. There's 3 big things that I would like to touch on, and then we'll end with the nastiest pitches at the end because we have a bunch now. If you have any nasty pitches, you want to get them in before the deadline here, go into the Discord. I'll show you right now. Beep. We'll go to the Discord. We go down to nastiest pitches of the week. Throw some links in here. We got about 20, maybe a little bit over 20 pitches. That's a good amount. But you can get into the Discord channel, Exploit Discord, in the chat room. It's discord.gg/Trevor May. If you are interesting. Who's my favorite battery mate? I mean, at the end there, I had some really good ones. Mitch Garver was awesome. Throwing to Chris Jimenez and Bobby Wilson was super fun. Kurt Suzuki was my catcher for a long time. Shea Langoliers. I love throwing to Nito. Love throwing to McCann. Yeah, I've had a lot. Pat Mazika is my number 1 probably. Appreciate you shouting out Doyle a few videos ago. Played with him in college. That guy's pretty flipping good at baseball. Who got in the NL Golden Glove in center field? Doyle. I had Doyle. Though Jackson Merrill has been very good out there. I think he's going to be Rookie of the Year. I don't think he's going to win the Gold Glove, though. There's a lot of good freaking center fielders in the NL, man. So many good ones. So, yeah, if you want to get videos in, put them in here. Okay, real quick. Let's talk about... Oh, I got to do my intro. Let's talk about Players Weekend. How'd we feel about the 2024 Players Weekend, guys? So, we didn't do anything cool, right? We didn't get jerseys this time. And if you recall, I can show it to you right now. If you recall, these were the jerseys from 2018. They were like the V-necks. Oh, the Phillies ones were sick. These were, baby, the most comfortable jerseys I've ever worn in my life. These were awesome. Oh, my God, that one's cool, too. So 2018 was awesome. We were so excited. We loved them. And then in 2019, they did this. Okay. All black and white, so I really don't know what the idea behind that was. And then it turns out that in the game, all the pitchers had to wear the black hats because the white ones were hard to see the baseball. Duh. What did you think was going to happen? You goofballs. And that year also brought us this picture. Anyone who's wondering who's in this, that's Sergio Romo, Tyler Duffy, Sam Dyson, Taylor Rogers, and me. And 4 of the 5 guys in this picture all played for a Bay Area team. But currently, the only one still playing is, Duffy's playing in the minors, and Rogers is with San Francisco. And this is based on the Backstreet Boys 2000 record Millennium. So if you guys were wondering. If you guys are wondering. Oops. It's really small, but you guys get it. You were wondering, this is what it's based off of? Yeah, but I don't know why Rogers looks so mischievous, because Nick definitely isn't mischievous. If you don't know this record, get out. That's a lie. That's a lie. Some of you guys were going to... I'm hoping there's someone here that was born after this came out. But I love this album. I mean, I was 10, right? Or I was 11. This was huge when I was 11. So we decided to do it because we were all old balls and we all remembered being kids. And what else are you going to do? What else are you going to do when you get all white jerseys? You know what I mean? So that's what it used to be. And then in 2020, we didn't do one because of COVID. They didn't know if they wanted to bring it back. We're not talking about Sam Dyson. So those were the good old days, even though these jerseys were kind of tough and we don't really like those very much. And then they just said, hey, guys, no jerseys. So we did cleats and we did bats, custom cleats, custom bats. And just so you guys know, when the jerseys were there too, you could still do custom cleats. You could still do custom bats. So all they did was remove things instead of add things. I don't know why. But let's type a 1 in the chat if you guys liked Players Weekend the way it is now. 2 if you were like, can we get the jerseys back? Or you didn't like it the way it was. 1 for yay, 2 for nay. Go. Oh, oh no. Rob. Oh no. Rob and the boys, dude. Bob and the boys. The people say Game Over liked it. Holy hell, man. Guys, what they should... So if you saw the 2018 ones, they were kind of like in the Little League World Series vibe. They should connect Players Weekend with Little League World Series every year. Fixed it. I fixed it. Every single year, the big league jerseys should be some similar version to the Little League World Series jersey design that year. Why not let the players have fun with their cleats and bats? They can. We can actually do the bats stats. We can do the bats now. We can do cleats already. The cleats have been opened up. That rule has been gone for a few years. Bats, though, I think there's still some pretty big rules about bats. Why not? So why don't we just do Little League? Just call it Players Weekend, and it's like being a child again. But that said, we had custom cleats and we had custom bats. And there were some really good ones. And so let's go over some of my favorites. Actually, let's give some ratings. And as we do always, we're going to give our patented but 0 to 5 balls. 0 to 5 ball rating on these cleats. So check these bad boys out. We'll do cleats, then we'll do bats. That was the wrong thing. Oh my God. Coolest cleats from Players Weekend. Moving on. And it's cool in a little story here, so this will be actually really easy to go. Okay, the Scooby-Doo Tarek Scooble. 5 out of 5 balls. Dude, the coloring is great. Oh, no, we don't want this to go. Tarek Scooble. Scooby-Doo. 5 out of 5 balls. Give me the 5 balls. Also, the colors. The swoosh being in the tiger's spots and stuff. Great touch. Also, I love the speckling. So guys, if you guys are wondering about how custom cleats are made, there are now Stadium Customs, a bunch of custom companies that do this. So the team, the Nike ID is gone now though. So anyway, basically everything that was fun outside of actually playing is ruined now. Also, I like the way the laces are covered. That's pretty cool. Are they covered? Are there any laces on this? How do you pitch with no... Anyway, moving on. Justin Anderson. We got... It looks, I think it's a cancer awareness. Yes, cancer awareness. I see the thing. We got the DNA right here. Pretty cool. And it looks like this might have been, like, these might be drawings by kids. And if those are drawings by kids, dude, if kids design these, 5 out of 5. If an adult designed them, 4 out of 5. But I love it. Great cause. Cool idea. But it looks like they were signed by them too. I love that. I think it's awesome. KP, oh dude, KP's kids are the cutest, man. I love these. I love the color. So it looks like they actually just took some white ones and wrote on them, which I love. 4.5. I can't get 5 out of 5s to everybody, guys. Can't get 5 out of 5s to everybody. 4.5 KP. I love these though. These are awesome. Adolis, Dios Primero, with the Cuban flag, and then some like a color gradient. I'll give those a 3 out of 5. 2.5 out of 5. 2.5 out of 5. Kind of all right. Ben Joyce. Tennessee cleats. I am a Ben Joyce fan, but close the yearbook, my man. Close the yearbook. 2 out of 5. No, the volunteer fireman. I like the fireman support, so that's what gives you an extra star. It would have been 1 out of 5. Ooh, 2 different ones. O'Neal Cruz. Oh, so we got, oh my God, is that Woody and Buzz? Bro, are these Woody and Buzz? Dude, that's sick. We're gonna go with a 4.5. 4 out of 5. Very creative. Much like, and they're Jays. And he's got the Jays on. 4 out of 5. 4.5 out of 5? Did I say 4.5 out of 5? Love that. These are sick. Caballero. That is, okay, so first of all, that right there is nasty. I love the way that looks. This is really well done. There's a lot of detail in these. Though they are Hirachis, so we'll go 4 out. We'll go 4. Update on the hoodies. Yes. Jesus, they will be coming out on Labor Day, September 2nd. We got something in there. Someone just raided. Thank you for the raid, Maximizer Danny. Thank you for the brand new or the resub. Old Punk as well. Keep it Gooch as well. Thank you for the new sub. Yeah, these are going to be a 4 out of 5 for me again. Let's speed run these. Oh, Newman. Okay, what is that supposed to be? Oh, it looks like designed by Addy. It looks like his daughter made this. Bro. Dude, that looks like modern art. I'm confused. Is that his daughter? If it's his daughter, it's a 5. If he made this, it's a 3. Okay. Looks like the paper cups from the 90s. Big fan of those. Law Butt, dude. Law Butt with the Atlanta roots. We got the Atlanta Zoo on here. Atlanta peach soda. That sounds so good. I love the green, man. 4.5. 4.5. I like the flame. Dude, these are sick, dude. Lawrence, my guy. And then he's got the tweeners on. Larry Bonds. Love it. El Chavo. Jerkson Profar. Pretty good. Don't really know what the orange is for, though. But he got the Jays 3.5. 3.5 out of 5. Like those. Like those a lot. Don't care about that. Pajes Yu-Gi-Oh. 4.5. Yu-Gi-Oh, bro. Trey Turner. Looks like for his. Oh, it's Susan J. Komen, right? So this is breast cancer awareness. Yep, breast cancer awareness. Dina. Is this his mom or his aunt? There's someone in his life that these are for. 4.5 out of 5. I love them. Pretty great. I love the yellow with the pink. It's sick. Yellowstone? What? And then this is like lava? And then that's like the flat. What's the theme? Is the question. These are fire, but like he loves TV shows? Okay. Does he love the show Yellowstone? And the okay, 3.5 out of 5 because I'm confused. Brandon Crawford, again, another kid, 5 out of 5, man. Oh, I like this. I also like those cleats. Those cleats. Ryan O'Hearn. You guys didn't know, guys. Ryan O'Hearn is Irish. 4 out of 5. And he gets the extra point for the 4 instead of 3 out of 5 because this leprechaun is sick. Love it. Before you can achieve, you must believe in yourself. Francisco Alvarez rocking the Yachty Molina cleats. These are clean, man. Clean. 4.5. Game respects game. Star Wars, we got Mandalorian, and we got the original. 4.5. Fresno State, another. Oh my God, are you kidding? You know what? Judgy, congratulations, Judgy, on being the top 2 player in the league right now and one of the greatest of all time. 2.5 out of 5. Close the yearbook. Though he is 30, it's been 9 years. I feel like there's amount of time you can go between being in college and being back before you start to talk about college again. Ben Joyce has not been out of college long enough. Ellie De La Cruz, I don't know the gingerbread man like lore, but it's sick. I like him. Gingerbread House, 4 out of 5. Oh, there's still more. Shohei. Shohei, 2.5. Not a fan. I mean, it's his dog. Dogs are cute. We got high schools. Okay, so now we're better, dude. You can go to high school, bro. 4.5 out of 5, Linden High School. Also, you know who else was blue and gold? Kelso High School, blue and gold. Me. Okay, Judgy, I'm back on Judge train. We got Skeens with the Gary Sinnis. Okay, so it's veterans. Okay, 4.5. Love those. Spencer Steer, love that. Cincinnati Children's, 5 out of 5. Freddie Freeman, Max Strong, 5 out of 5. I really like these two. Is this also Toy Story? Yeah, but those aren't as good as the other ones. It's funny that him and was it O'Neill did Toy Story? 3.5. 3.5. 3. 5. 3.5. Loved it. I love those. Those were awesome. Do you know the Muffin Man? You're a monster. Love that. So the cleats were cool, but I really want to actually hit on some of the bats as well. So we had to quickly touch on the pencils. By the way, the Avengers Assemble and it being Josh Young. Guys, does anyone look more like he loves Captain America more than Josh Young? Not the gun drops buttons. Going to see Skeens Thursday if he pitches in Pittsburgh. Hell yeah, dude. Enjoy. But like this is the least surprising thing I've ever seen. Arias going Tony Gwynn, dude. Sick. So I would rate these, but there's even more. There's more than the cleats. So I love that the bat company's leaning into it hard. I love all this stuff. I love the way that people are supporting charity with it. With their cleats and things. I actually have some really cool Mets cleats that I was supposed to actually do for charity that I haven't done yet. So maybe we'll do that this offseason. They're like Mets painted. How did we just get to those? Okay, let's check these ones out. Here's the Cronenworth ones. Yeah, like the custom bat stuff is awesome. Dude, nude. That's sick. I don't know about. That's. Oh, how did they do that? I want to actually see this. Let's look at this. That is sick. That is sick. Wish it was Players Month, not week. It's not even week. It's weekend. Come see Snellzilla Saturday Mariners versus Giants. Is it in San Francisco, though? Bob Uecker bat? Okay, let's finish this up. Let's finish up this subject with the looking up Bob Uecker bat. What? Are you talking about the Great Lakes bat? Are all the crazy bat designs at all distracting for pitchers? I don't know. Maybe. It's in Seattle? Oh, I might go to that. When is it? Oh, Saturday, Mariners versus Giants? Cool. I'll be flying to New York. So I won't be able to go to that. Maybe I'll go to the Friday game. Yelly tweeted it. Okay. Let's check it out. X.com. Go. Oh, dude, dude, that is cool. I love this color, man. Dude, this color, this like teal, blue, green. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Love it. Love it. These are sick. So I will say they stepped the bat game, they stepped up the cleat game, but I think we all want jerseys. Do we not want jerseys? The Degenerate Weekly. Welcome, guys. You're in the right place. How we doing? How was your stream? How'd everything go? Depth, thank you for 40 months as well. The big 4-0. Hey, you're 40. Look at you. I'm right behind you. But we want jerseys. But we want the kids. We want the Little League jerseys come back, and then we want the cool cleats and the cool bats. I think that is the way. I think we're going to push for that. Should a Players Week go that direction? That way they can change them up every week or every year. But then there's that connect, because they do the Little League World Series game every year too. So like, just connect them. Why not? I'm a man. I'm 40. I drive a Dodge Stratus. Oh, you gifted. I was like, where did those subs come from? Not Nutbuster. 5 gifted subs. Let's get some Team A raves up in the chat. Let's go. Woo, woo, woo. Come on, here we go. Everyone post one emote in the chat from any chat. I don't care. There's no emotes on YouTube yet. I'm working on it. So, Players Weekend. They don't make the Stratus anymore. Sag as heck. So Sag. Red finger number 1. Woo. Woo, 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 woo. Woo. Post little smiley faces if you're on the phone. Do whatever you want. Alrighty. Ooh. What a time to be alive. Players Weekend. Great idea. Please just execute it better. And also, can we have our nicknames back, please? Actually, we don't even need nicknames, right? We don't need nicknames on the back of the jerseys, do we? Honestly, that's for the birds. I just want different jerseys. Just give us different theme jerseys. They can just have the names. I understand why they're shying away from the names. People were trying to get away from stuff. But it's up to you. Jazz spent his whole time just chatting with the kids during the Sunday game. Guys, I think that would be awesome. Some of the nicknames are corny. Well, of course they are. The nature of nicknames, half the time they are corny. So, how sick was Bobby Ward's Pablo Sanchez bat? His was sick too. It's so funny. At first, I was like, "Is that a Lego man?" Because of the way the face was. And if there is a new a backyard baseball, I'll throw up. All right. So, really quickly, again, I have one more subject I want to touch on, and then we can just do whatever for the rest of the show. Paul Skeens would be Mr. Dunn. Also, you guys saw Livy at the Fanatics Fest, right? Dressed up as him. That was that was like really well thought out and planned. I was blown away. Randy Quaid Major League bat for a Cleveland player would be hilarious. Yeah. I forgot Randy Quaid was in Major League. Props to James McCann. Guys, I would have just gotten my 9 years too. I just would have gotten my 10 years. He gets his. I would have gotten mine on actually today. Had I played this year today, would have been my 10 years. That's nuts. Holy crap. Okay, so if I were still playing, not retired, and played all year, I would have got my 10 because McCann's like 4 or 5 days ahead of me, and I know he got his earlier this week. I'm pretty sure. That's pretty awesome. His wife sent in Puerto Rican band to celebrate. Was it Puerto Rican band? Were they playing like salsa? Because that's sick. Christian Vasquez hit is. Good for them, man. Don't you get something cool for 10 years? You don't. No, you just get a full pension. I mean, you do get something cool, like your team gets you like a really not like you get like a really common present is like it's a bottle of Dom and it's like engraved, which is cool. That's kind of the standard, which is awesome. I think that's great. It's not something I ever desired and needed, but you get a full pension. No, you get a pension either way. It's just you get the full 100% pension. I have a 90% pension. Does anything stop your service time clock, like on the AL or something like that? Nope, you have to go down to the minor leagues, multi-beast. Why did you retire just short of full pension? I didn't want to play another year for just 10% more pension. Because it's $20,000 more year starting in 30 years. And I'm not going to rely on my pension, and I never was going to. How long do you have to play to get a 90% pension? 9 years. So you get 10% of a pension every year. It's prorated. Carlos Santana has the best reaction. That guy loves dancing. All right. Here we go again. Let's get into another topic. There's been another rule change. Proposal. Possibly. Rumored proposal rule change. 6-inning minimum for starting pitchers considered as a possible rule change. How are we feeling about this? Have you guys heard about this possible change where we need, basically, if nothing goes wrong for a starter in terms of, no, he doesn't hit 100 pitches, doesn't give up 4+ runs. Honestly, I'll be honest right now. The number of games this would affect is not as high as people think it is at the moment. What happens with injuries? Injuries are another reason. So there's some belief around the MLB starting pitchers should be required to play a minimum of 6 innings before leaving the mound. Okay. So we go, okay, we want starting pitchers to throw more. We don't like how many pitchers are being used, bullpen games, so on and so forth. One, that would really, really hurt bullpen games. So if you lose a starter and you got to do a bullpen game the next day, or like a bullpen game for a doubleheader, maybe doubleheader is where this kind of goes out the window. I don't know. But it basically just remove bullpen games, which are really important for some teams' survival. This is so stupid. The only reason this is a thing because old heads like Smoltz making decisions. Well, let's talk about that. So, delay. We don't know when it's going to be. Years of advance notice before it going to be implemented by the MLB. Yeah, well, whenever they say that, they hold up to that about exactly 0 freaking time. So we'll see. Starters are currently averaging 5 2/3 innings major league level and 4.3 innings in AAA, according to ESPN stats information cited by Rogers. So this is going to do a few things, they think. All right. So could the 6 inning? So this is a great article from Jesse Rogers. Jesse Rogers does a good job, and I enjoy his articles. Could a 6 inning minimum starting pitcher rule come to the MLB? He talks about some of the some of the things thrown around. So let's talk a little bit about the goals. So we have the goals. Why? Why do they want to do this? And I think we've been clear. And by the way, this stupid, God damn it, Seth. God damn it. That's the most Seth comment ever. I do that anyway. All I want to do is throw 6. He does. All he wants to do is throw CG every time he pitches, which I love about him, but he's also the most stubborn person ever. So love you, Seth. You're the best, dude. Keep doing what you're doing, but you are the last person they should ask that question. We know how you stand. Also, if you ever use sticky stuff ever, Seth hates you, which he's a purist, man. There's not a lot left. Okay. So starters don't throw 6 innings. Okay. And we want them to throw 6 innings. At the end of the day, the goal will always be, they will always say, it is to add action to the game. We want to facilitate more action. Facilitate more action. It's so funny. If you really want to avoid injuries, by the way, someone just said it right there. If injuries are the deal, which we'll talk about in a moment, just add one or two more pitchers to a roster, and those things will go down quite a bit. Quite a bit. So, the goal is to, 1, create more action. So basically by forcing the starting pitcher to pitch to the third time around, by the way, the data on the third time around the order is clear. Every single guy gives up more runs the third time around. So they want to force starting pitchers to have to face a lineup 3 times around. So I understand. I think guys should be given that opportunity more often, and I think there should be more flexibility there. But forcing them to do it seems interesting, especially if a guy is absolutely gassed at 82 pitches for whatever reason, and he has to throw 20 more. The chances he gets hurt again are high, right? So we're going to see how that works, but they really just want starting pitchers to give up more runs. Like, if you just, distill it down, that's at the end of the day, we want more runs to score. Okay? So here's the parameters. You can throw 100 pitches. If you throw 100 pitches, you get to come out. So you have to get so basically it's not a 6-inning rule, it's basically the 100 pitches rule. You give up 4 or more earned runs. If they're unearned, it doesn't matter. That's interesting. That's interesting and important. Or there's an injury. With a required injury, you have to go on the IL. Why don't they just stop screwing with the ball? As far as I know, they have. If you throw a no-hitter, you should have ERA set to 0. That'd be sick. It wipes out all the runs you gave up all year. Agreed, because OPS is down all across MLB. Yeah, but again, we're hitters' inability to adjust to a changing game is those problems are always being proposed to be solved by the pitcher having to change something they do, making pitching harder all the time. I think they should shrink the strike zone. A ghost runner affecting relievers' ERA should be changed. Well, it doesn't, Evan. So the ghost runner doesn't affect the reliever's ERA. It's an unearned run. Oh, you agree? I'm right. Okay, gotcha. So, but yes, but also I'm right. Like, I misunderstood what you were saying, but at the same time, what I was saying was also true. But I agree. So yes, so we want. So the goal is to get more offense going, right? That's the biggest goal. Also, they think an extra benefit of that will be injuries will go down somehow. Injuries to relievers because less guys are pitching more often. That sounds maybe true, maybe, but there's no real data to back that up, and we know how they are with data. They really like it when it fits with what they're trying to say. So, proponents of the 6-inning mandate hope the biggest impact will take place behind the scenes. The belief is pitchers will have to stop relying so heavily on max velocity. Cat's out of the bag. So, cat's out of the box, guys. Cat is out of the bag. We've always cared about velocity. So, to act like relying heavily on max velocity is new, is just categorically false. We just know how to achieve it now. Every single one of us has been chasing that for our whole lives. Everyone. And then at some point they give up on trying to throw harder because That's how much we didn't know how to go far. They didn't know how to get farther. Now we know how to get farther. Every single kid believes he can throw 97 because, for the most part, lots of guys are getting up to 97. It's becoming more attainable. So they're going to try it. People who, it's an option that they didn't know they had. Like when I came up, we didn't know how to manufacture that. And now we do. So it's not going to go away just because you make it so guys have to throw 6 innings. They're not going to take the foot off the gas because they have to throw 6 innings. It's not going to happen. They're going to keep throwing as hard as they can just for longer. Because that's not how brains work. Not Jamie Moore, but again, like Kyle Henderson, there are outliers, guys. We can say Jamie Moore, blah, blah. But Jamie Moore didn't know how to throw hard either. Do you think it's worth testing in Atlantic League in the minors? I mean, they're going to test it, Tom. Do I think it's worth testing? I don't know. I don't think that testing is going to give you a good idea. You got to do it for a long time. We believe people, yeah, the cat's out of the bag. They know how to compete at their highest level. They're just guys are going to get hurt more. Probably. That probably, here's the thing. I like the idea of making these adjustments. I don't have any issue with making adjustments to the game. It's just, we're positing kind of like, there's not really correlation there, and I don't know why they're thinking that. And they're putting out, they're like, oh, we're trying to keep pitchers healthy by making them throw far longer. That doesn't make sense. And there's a distinct, like, and players say this all, we're like, dude, our mindsets will not change that because being the best version of ourselves, we're already chancing getting hurt. What tells you we're going to stop doing that just because we need to throw a couple more innings? Like, why would you think that? And you think that because you're a labor lawyer and you don't have, because you didn't play and you don't know what it's like to compete at this level. And 2, you don't listen when players tell you stuff. The amount of ignoring that happens, like, oh, I hear what you're saying, and then they just keep going and doing what they're doing. Like, it just happens all the time. So, it's just, that's not going to change that mind. That it will not happen because baseball players aren't wired that way. So that's, the cat's out of the box. The velo is not going to go down. There's no way, right? That said, there are guys that want to throw longer. They want more opportunities. So that will work out, right? That's a pro. A pro of this situation would be, so let's talk about pros and cons because we've gotten to the article a little bit. It's just basically like throw 6 innings. We want them to go longer. We want there to be more offense. We want the starters to face the guys 3 times around, and we want pitchers get hurt less. I don't think that's true. They do. Okay. One pro though is there's guys who are going to get an opportunity. Young guys are going to get to throw 100 pitches. I think that's awesome. I think guys should give the opportunity more often. There is a chance that it goes down, but I doubt it in terms of injuries. There will be more innings thrown, and yeah, starting pitching will become a little bit more valuable, and it will expose some teams that are kind of getting away with not treating their starting pitchers well and getting guys hurt. Those guys get hurt the most. Guys like the Dodgers, teams like the Dodgers will get hurt really badly by this. The cons are it could potentially increase injuries. It's actually just as likely to increase injuries as it is to prevent them, in my opinion. That's me using my experience, but you can make the case either way. 2, it won't increase offense because approaches are the same and guys will not reduce their velo. So they're going to be just as nasty and they're just going to get hurt. 3, there will still be manipulation of the IL. And there will be a situation where guys who are like 4A guys who are there just for a spot start, they're going to get IL'd right out the gate to come out of the game earlier if they're struggling. It might hurt guys' opinion or optionability, or reduce guys' opportunities to get to the big leagues. Movement will reduce, which is also a two-headed monster, right? What up, Dustin? So that's it. And I want to know how you guys feel about it. Like, I think it's worth testing. I think we should test it. I just think that there's a couple of the reasons given were a little bit weak and not really testable, or you're not able to separate the elements enough in order to get a good idea of what's happening, what's not, in my opinion. But we'll see. I mean, they added the 3-batter minimum. It's not a big deal. It might not be as big of a deal as it feels like, but we're still chasing more offense And I think this is just going to be it's one of those, like, we're chasing a carrot that is tied to our back and we'll never get it. 6 innings just sounds like a terrible idea. But again, like, there's 100 pitches, there's 4+ earned runs, and there's injuries, right? There's ways to get out of it. And those one of those 3 things will kick in the majority of the time, right? It needs to be incentive based, though, is almost always the better way to go. Just let him play. I agree. Or let the game the way it is marinate just a little bit. Because I feel like we react and we're like, let's make a rule change after 3 months of something being in the big leagues. I think that pitchers have adjusted to the pitch clock quite a bit, and hitters are actually hurt more by it now. I think that's an adverse effect we've had. Offense is down. It's not down like it's down like 2 points. The OPS is low, right? And we're seeing a lot of swing changes go away from the three true outcomes stuff, which there's in between swings that are figuring it out. So give them a year. Give it a year. I think there needs to be a stipulation when a rule goes in, or when a package of 3 rules goes in, no new rule can be proposed for one entire season. The A's would have their starting pitchers out to die if the incentive were a thing. True. That's true. Why not just leave the ball alone and let baseball be baseball? Shay, I don't know what you're talking about. They haven't changed the balls. Just ask them. They've never changed the ball. What do you mean? The ball's been the same for years. Wink, wink, nudge. What do you think of Yamamoto? They need him back, man. He's very good. When he was dialed in, he was just as good as anyone in the league. I don't. People are kind of down on him because he's been paid so much money. I think he's really freaking good. And then he's he needs a year too. He's transitioning from throwing once a week to trying to throw 200 innings, right? 2009 was totally normal. What do you mean? 8 teams breaking the home run record at the same time? It's crazy. Glasses down. Yeah, they're hurting. Is his frame too small for his pitches? I don't buy that. I don't think that's always true. I don't think frame. There's something to bigger people being naturally stronger and then being able to handle more, basically handle more high energy output for longer. There's a real thing to that. Muscle density, all that stuff has to do with it. But I think that strength is not the thing that pitchers use as much as they use their kinetic force, the way all their joints move together, and then their tendons and their muscles holding the whip together as opposed to moving the whip, if that makes sense. So you're slinging the ball, you're not muscling the ball. So I think that you can maximize those things, but I think that the joints in that whip are probably more durable generally than bigger guys, but not always. Sometimes everyone uses Lincecum as an option, as an explanation. Lincecum had very specific mechanics and a crazy high extension for a little guy. So his hip rotation was like way extreme both ways, which his hips are what went. Sonny Gray too, but even Sonny's lost velo, right? Like, you know, Sonny throws 90 to 93. Like, you're not gonna like Paul Skeens is gonna maintain his velo longer. Look at Aroldis Chapman. That guy is that I'm big. I'm a big dude. Chat. I am 6'5", 265 right now. I am huge. Aroldis Chapman. I outweigh him by 15 pounds. He could eat me. I probably have an inch on him and 15 pounds on him, and he could destroy me. Just like we could line up like linemen. We could do anything, and he would flatten me, and I'm a big, strong dude. That guy is a freak. So like, yes, those guys will maintain their frames better. Dude, he hit 105 again. The dude's like in his mid 30s, is he 36? Strider's 6 feet only. I'm going to tell you right now, Spencer Strider's one of those. He's 6 foot. No. Don't like the pitch clock as a gimmick. I think the pitch clock has now left the consciousness of the common viewer of baseball, and I think it's fine. Ben Joyce is a monster as well. He's not very tall, though, but yes. So, yeah, those guys have very strong lower bodies, And it comes down to like you just get TJ if you throw 100, man. It's just the way it is. Hey Trevor, it's my 14th birthday. Hey dude, happy early birthday, man. Joyce adding that splinker. I love that the splinker is just being called a sinker now, because it's a sinker. But yes, it was a game changer. I mean, he throws at 98. It's just guys who threw four seams at 102 now throw a sinker at 98. Like that's how they do it, and it's just got a little bit more sink. But I love it. Adding that was huge. Guys, especially when they struggle to throw a really like, because his slider's like 83. Like he for some reason doesn't have a really tight slider. And so he added something goes the other way. I think it's awesome. I love guys adding little variations. Like he could probably end up throwing a cutter at some point, or something a really hard slider that doesn't break very much. So Johan Duran is going to need TJ. That's why he's only throwing 100 now. Damn, probably at some point Johan Duran is probably going to need Tommy John. Oh no, I didn't know Hunter Green went down. That sucks, man. Shit, I really wanted him to like challenge Sale. I really did for the Cy Young. Dude, Chris Sale is. He hit 99 the other day. You guys see that, Shiz? Crazy. Elbow fatigue. Okay, elbow fatigue's a little bit better. He feels like he has dead arm. So when you hear fatigue, dead arm. Tendonitis or strain, scary. Tendonitis or strain, now we're getting in UCL territory. Now we're getting into inflammation around the elbow. We don't know what it is. But fatigue is like you're structurally fine. Your arm's just gassed. Chris freaking Sale, what a story. Not remotely surprising. Anyone who was here at the beginning of this season, I thought he was a dark horse, man. Not to win the Cy Young, obviously, but he was going to be a big thing for the Braves. Do you think Spencer Strider will be a great pitcher when he comes back? Yes. I think we're going to see a Spencer Strider that is studied up and is more of a, because Spencer right now is like, he's kind of a reliever that's a starter. He pitches like a reliever that's a starter. I think he's going to add wrinkle pitches. I think he's going to be better throwing changeups. I think he's going to use like a sinker or a two seam or something. He's going to use a wrinkle pitch, get soft contact every once in a while, and still punch the world out. But I think he's going to have a little bit more of a wide arsenal and throw 96, 97 instead of 99. My fingers aren't long enough to grip a four-seam fastball. Should I just consider gripping a two-seam fastball? Yeah, that's one option. You should be able to grip a four-seam. You don't have to get your fingers across both seams like that. You can just get this one. Just if you can get fingers across the seam there, that's a four-seam. So you don't need long fingers, really. But then again, your thumb would be in between. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. Yes. The answer is yes. A two-seam probably is better for smaller hands. Yes. Yes. Ben Joyce is 6'5"? Is he? Oh, is it? Oh, hold on. I got to check now. I got to know. Wait. Are you guys sure? Damn, he is. I did not know that. He's a 6'8" extension, too? Why does he look not tall? Bro, I thought he was like 6'1". Hold on, let's check this out. I want to see some.
In college.
He doesn't look that big. Does he? Oh, it's because he's so low. See, like when he does that, see how he crouches over? That's what it is. So it's right when he comes up, he like, see how he lowers his head? This is why I always thought he was shorter. Dude, yeah. He's going to have, it's funny, his hip hinge actually isn't that good. Like it's elite. It's good, but it's not like crazy. His layback's better than it was. And he doesn't do the M anymore. He might be able to sustain this for a while. Huh. Interesting. He's got really long legs. So do I, but the thing is I stood up way taller than him. I had a longer extension too. I'm 6'5" as well. That's why I'm interested. I didn't know he was. Does his velo come from the long arm? No, it's his, how strong his lower body is. I mean, so him having a long arm path right here, guys, just by having the ball farther here and then having his hips open, what you want to do is create a diagonal between your lead hip and your throwing shoulder. So when you get your hip out, you want your shoulder to be back as long as possible. While your hip's going that way, you want your shoulder to stay. So you're going like this, and then it contracts, right? That's how you create velo. And then you add the fact that the ball's way back there too. So the ball's also traveling really far, which means it has time to pick up speed. So the long arm path does contribute to his velocity, but if you never get to 45, if you never get here, 45 degrees, and then go, like, so you go here, boom, that lowers your elbow velocity, meaning you have to decelerate your elbow more when you release less when you release the ball. If you're always here, that means your elbow is moving faster when you throw, which then puts you in position to get hurt. Generally. Not always, but generally. And that's what his issue was. He was so like, he was just here and he never bent his elbow. And now he like kind of gets here better. So how does C short arm like he does and still throw hard? Because he's got great hip shoulder. Same thing with Skeens. Skeens used to get really long and now he does this. He uses the connection ball, that ball he puts here, to keep his arm shorter arm path. You want to keep your shorter arm path because you don't want to get extending and you don't want to go inside and outside of 90 a bunch when you throw. Guys who do that really bad are like Carter Capps did that really bad. Bryce Montes de Oca does it really bad. Those guys threw 102, but they also blew out their elbows like immediately. Right. So that's really interesting. That was crazy. All right. Should we do some nasty pitches and then end with some just straight up Q&A, dude? Because we've been doing Q&A kind of all day, but let's do some nasty pitches. You guys want to get into the nasty pitches? Like, give me some ones in the chat if you want to see some nasty freaking pitches. If you want to see some gross pitches, one in the chat. Nasty. Electric. All right. Zedders. Hello, Zeds. How we doing, man? Good to see you. Let's get it. Let's do some nasty pitches. Sorry, guys. My little room speaker was talking. Okay, we got a bunch of good ones in here. I can see them. Let's do this nastiest pitches of, I guess, August. Yeah, pretty much just August because the last ones were. Here's the nastiest pitches of August. Let's go. Amen. Ooh, what's this? Mid pitch is crazy. Ew. Welcome to Nastiest Pitches. This is Barfolo Cologne. Next. Wow. What a way to begin. That's funny. That was nasty. Next up. We got, Michael Kopech. Michael Kopech. What we got? Hit. That good? Is that good? Sir, you're not going to be able to hit that one. He's like, look at that. He's like, I got this, dude. I can see it so well. It's right at my eye level. That's nuts. That might be the highest strikeout of the year. Guy, did you know that I had that? I had that record one time. Highest strikeout pitch of the year. I had it once. My bad. How do you get so much better by leaving the White Sox? I mean, he's only pitched like what, 7 times, 6, 7 times. He was good with the White Sox too. It's just the nature of the juju there. Okay. Brand new sub with Real God Scope. John Function with the prime sub 1 minute ago as well. Litman 20 minutes. Sorry for missing that, dude. Litman, John Function, and Real God Scope. Hello, welcome in. I love you. 12 innings pitch. Okay, no, he's doing well. He's doing really well. Change of scenery. He's from California, guys. All these things are probably part of it. He's on a winning team. There's a lot going on. Who's your NHL team? The Seattle Kraken. Trident sub or whatever. That's a good one. That's an ew from me, dog. That's an ew from me. Pitching Ninja again. Basically, this is just a pinchy. Oh, we got a Framby. Okay, so Framber is back. We know he's been doing very good. Hey, man, you're great on the mic. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you. All right, Framber. Front door sinker. Holy fart. Holy fart. Okay, let's do a quick breakdown. That's a freaking ew. Let's see where Diaz is set up. So first things first, look at McCutchen. Please. Right now he's like, please. Also, look at the catcher. What the hell was that? This reaction right here. See how you are told not to do this. And the umpire's like, he's like, please? He goes, do you know if it was a strike? And the catcher's like, was it a strike? And the umpire's like, yeah. Yeah, it was. And that's Bo. Yeah, that's Bo Porter behind the plate, too. He's like, yeah. And then everyone's like, okay. But it's so funny. What's Framber do? Hold on, let's see. He's like, was it? So the whole thing, all 4 of them are like it happens, and they're like, and the umpire's like, and they're like, I love it, dude. I hate umps that do the late strike calls. I think that one was out of necessity. Why don't lefties front hip more often like some righties? It's because righties, this is weird. Here's a trend. But righties have flatter swings on average than lefties do. Does that make sense? Righties have flatter swings than lefties. So lefties can go down and get sinkers better. So sinkers that come back over the plate, righties hit that ball up better than a lefty hits that ball up. So that's why righties do it more than lefties. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. That was a good one, dude. Holy hell. 3 for 3. That's crazy. Okay. Grayson Rodriguez slider. I love that this doesn't play right away. To Ernie Clement. A's legend, Ernie Clement. Little sweepy guy. So this one's interesting because this is one of those ones that out of his hand, it's a ball. So there's a difference. So I want you guys to notice something. This is a really interesting one. This is a nice. Also, Coco, thank you for the sub. Seth Brown has a very nice swing. What's Chapman like? He's a maniac. Which Chapman? Actually, both of them are. I've heard Matt Chapman and Araldis are maniacs. But this is, I want you to notice a difference, right? Matt Brash does this as well. This movement is caused by angle to the plate. So if you look, his hand is actually in front. So his upper body is facing the middle of McCann. It's facing this line right here. So watch the ball out of his hand. The ball out of his hand has the angle of going away the whole time, right? So there's a difference between guys who go straight on the plate and get the break. Like a Matt Brash gets this, or George Kirby's slider goes boom. Like sweepers do that, right? So he can throw it middle, then it goes off the plate. This, he got the angle out here and faced it so it was going to cross the plate going that way, and that's why he got the swing. So it's moving out of his hand. It's not necessarily a strike to ball, but he got this angle that the hitter couldn't see. Is an angle, but it was going to be a ball the whole time. Late break versus continuous break. Exactly. Thank you, Boise. Appreciate that. So sometimes you see swings like that, you get the and you see the same type of swing. That's why. You guys hear that? All right. Next. No video found. Interesting. Interessante. George Springer versus, is this heel? No, it's Clay Holmes. That's pretty good right there. That's pretty good. So that's where you throw a depth slider. See where it lands? That's called going below the zone. Whenever I checked a righty swing and miss on sliders, I wanted to know if the miss was here, the chase was here, or the chase was here. Some guys had both. He has both. And then depending if you throw your depth slider, you want to miss here. If you throw your sweeper, you want to miss here. Because that means, based on the break, they both look like they're going to end up here. So knowing how your slider moves is important, and Clay Holmes does. That's an ew. Tip of the cap. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, it's gross. Good job. Pedro Pajas called down on strikes. Ooh. And then we got ice cream at the beginning. What a perfect clip. Mania? Meh. Good pitch. Good pitch. Completely on accident. Look where he's set up. Look where the pitch is. I'll give you a meh. Okay. Ben Joyce? Is this the Ghost of Christmas Past one? The one where he yeah. Just by you. Look at him. Thought we watched this last week. We're gonna watch it again. This is just Louisiana Bayou, dude. You see? Oh, hold on. We just got such a good frame right there. Look. So you can see when his barrel gets level, right there. See how the barrel's? So that's when he wants to hit the ball. You can see the bat in front of the ball, meaning it's just by him. It's genuinely by him. He got his bat to where he wanted to be. He got the bat to where it is. He's just late. That's interesting. So he saw it. He's like, this was a prime example of that is too hard for me to hit. You don't see that often. Because he got to the spot, just wasn't there in time. The horse. Chef's kiss. Yeah. Gross. I don't know what that sound was. All right. Ramsey, let's see what you got. Waldron. We got Knuckies. We don't get many knuckleballs in this chat.
Pitches the knuckleball.
First of all, Shunk, great last name. One more time. That was like, I'm going to knuckle. No, I'm not. Straight. Yo, was his foot late? Everything was late. Did that thing cut? It started to, and then it came back. So, also, 75 for knuckleballs really hard. So that's new. More knuckleballs, please. Brian, what do you got, Brian? Ooh, this is just all of them. Okay. Sick! That was sick. Bro, I love that. That same one. Ah, by you. But that was his first save, right? I believe he only has one. Oh, Honeywell just got DFA'd? No. Yes. What the hell was that? What the hell were we watching a Noah Syndergaard pitch? Why was that in there? Man, the world loves Kershaw's curveball. He never throws it. Ooh, Uncle Charlie, dude. I buckled it. I was like, ugh, ugh, like it was a jump scare. What? No way. Voth threw a curveball? That's crazy. What was that? Hey, I did this game. Also, why is that in the... There's 2 pitches in here that are just random, dude. Also, when this was thrown, we're sitting on the desk and we're not on the broadcast, and I go like this. I go, and Kevin Brown goes, a high strike zone here. Thank God we were on TV, or we would have gotten in trouble. Also, Tommy Pham smiling. Look at that. Like seeing a rainbow. I like that. I like it when Tommy smiles. Nice. All right. I think we just did this one. Craig Yahoo.
Last year for the Hoosiers.
Craig Yoho. I don't know who that is, but I'm about to learn. Bro, that is a changeup. He's throwing the, oh God, what are they calling that now? So at Shred, this is a hyperpronated changeup that a lot of lower arm slot guys are doing. So guys who hand positions like this, they try to throw this one. Guys who have more upright hand positions try to throw the seam shifter to try to get the same thing. But this is the new one that a lot of guys who are hyperpronators are trying to throw. That was like the airbender, and it was 77. One more time. Ew! Dude, that is... Also, the camera angle helps. But yeah, it's a Devin Williams. Kick change. There you go. It's called the kick change. Thank you, Billy. I'm going to start interviewing people about the kick change. It's really interesting to me. I would have never been able to throw it, but I can see how some guys would be able to throw it. No! What you got, Bryce? Good splitter. I remember seeing that one live. By the way, great pitch to Alvarez. He loves fastballs right here. So this was always wide open. He really struggles with off-speed pitches there. So this is a great tunnel. Boom, boom. Great job. I really loved you as Larry Bird in Winning Time. Raise your hand if you've seen Winning Time. Okay, Bitchy Ninja again. I love you, Rob. You're doing great. Javi Baez, Logan Webb. Oh my God, it's his back door. Oh, come on, paint it. Bob Rossum. I mean, he thought he was going to throw back. Hey, in his defense, I thought he was going to throw a backdoor sinker too. I would have swung at that. Yeah, he just guessed wrong, okay? Get off his back. He got Munoz. The thing is, he would really benefit from just looking back. Ooh, I remember this. Oh my God. You guys want to see a dead body? Hey. 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 Hold on, I want to do this. Hey. You guys want to see a dead body? Hey, kid, want to see a dead body? This whole thing. This picture. Hold on. Let's get a screenshot of this. Can we get a screenshot of that? Can someone screenshot that? I'm going to screenshot the whole... Sorry, bub. Can we... That's funny. Holy Holy moly. Yeah, man. Someone get the stretcher. Hey. Oh my God. I'm just kidding. Hey, Jose Iglesias has been the best thing that's happened to the Mets this year. So, if they're gonna do this thing, he's gonna have to be a part of it. But this look, are these guys colluding? Look at this. Is this a conspiracy? I think so. One more time. Have you ever made someone fall over with a pitch? No. Oh no! Just punch tickets. You know what I always say, guys? Just punch tickets. I don't know. That's not what we're gonna do. We'll come up with something. We'll have a little handshake for the chat. All right, moving on. Ooh, pretty good, Alex Young. Little high sweeper. Rojas is exactly interested at 0. Look at him. Don't care. Might as well swing. Love that. The late swing. That's a nice for me. Good job. Good job, Alex. How much of Castillo movement is arm slot versus him manipulating finger pressure? I think it's mostly arm slot. He's got a sideways. Well, it's interesting to see where his hand position was. I got to go look at the hand position together. But I doubt it. It's so much to do with. It's got to be. He's got a really long. He has a slingy arm motion, and usually that is grip over pressure. Or sorry, usually that is arm slot hand position over actual pressure in the grip. We got Griffin Jacks. Nice little change up away. Really nice. Strike the ball. Dude, that's really well placed. 93, though. Like, I don't know why you can't slow that down more. Okay, we got a... Damn. That's all right. Sweeper in Colorado, usually not going to give you the best results, but it worked for him. Brent Rooker. Ooh, Rooker punching against Jose Barrios. Oh, dude, we got the slurve, dude. He throws the best slurve in the league, bro. Let's go. Oh. Juicy. Gross. Danny Young? Danny Young. Did I say Alex Young? Did they have both, Alex Young and Danny Young? They had them both, right? For a minute. One's a changeup, one's a sweeper. That's a gross. Big gross for me. Dude, holy hell, we have so many. All right. Coming up, these came up in the last couple days. Chad Cool with the save. For the Whites. Okay. Let's see. Chad Cool. Has he lowered his arm slot? That looked like he lowered his arm slot. Oh, that's Tukey. Go back. One more time. Yeah, he has. 100%. So he used to be much more upright. That's interesting. It's funny because he's like swings around his front leg, though he steps open. I don't know. That's confusing. But hey, very nice. Gross. Gross even. I would even give it a gross. Michael Harris. This guy, Soriano. Oh, he's gross. They're freaking everywhere, dude. They're freaking everywhere. Tunnel. Oh, the tunnel, Bob. Bob. Cotton. It's a great tunnel, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him. Oh, yeah. What a guy. Though, you can see it. McCann's like, all right, let's go up with this one. Let's tunnel this off. Or I'll just paint this at the bottom. Very good. Nasty. Sorry about it. Danny Jensen, though, you still look great with no BGs on. Big fan. Derek Hill. Big Derek Hill. Great beard. Derek Hill's got the Matt Kemp beard. Let's give him one of these, guys. Everybody. Tip of the cap. Matt Kemp. Facial hairline. Big fan. Big fan of the facial hair. I wish I could do it, dude. Let's see. So I want to give you some props before you get probably abused right here. Yeah. Yeah. You throw a CG yesterday. Very cool. Very good. Where does everyone find these video archives? They are on Baseball Savant. So Baseball Savant, and I believe it is in... What's it called? It's called something. I don't remember what it's called. I can't remember what it's called, bro. Picture positioning. It's in here somewhere. There's so much, dude. There's it's somewhere. It's something somewhere. It's in the thing. Did I put it at the top, by the way? Oh, I don't have it. The link used to be here. I should probably put it up here in the pinned tweet. That makes sense. Game over. Could you do that? If someone says it in the chat, put the pinned tweet to be the link to how to share them. The files are in the computer. Hold on. Actually, the link's right here. It says sporty. I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember how to do it. So we'll find it. We'll find out. Another White Sox. Martin, who's that? 91. This is a thing of beauty right here, boys and girls. Oh. That's a Pronator 91. Dude, did he throw cheese? Welcome to the family, dude. That was gross. What else we got? Suarez. Okay. Oh, he's got the cheese. I love a good high heater, boys and girls. Oof. Is that punch in the side? Got to get the head out, fam. Hitting Devers is tough up there, man. Oh, yeah. I'll give that a nice. That's good. Quality heaters. Framby. Yeah, same, Louis. Bro, that last one? Look, the second one right here. Hold on, I'll do the slide whistle for you. Tried to make that not look sexual. It was kind of hard. Framber's back, which is bad for the Mariners and everyone else in their division. Okay, two more. Let's do the last two. Estrada. Oh, Estrada's the guy who struck out 9 straight or whatever, right? I love his fire. That's a good changeup right there. Ooh. One really nice thing. So there's a feeling on this pitch, this right here. So, oh, he throws a splitter. Okay, see the split? You see the split grip right there? You can see it barely above my camera. And then he gets to here, right? Right now he's straight behind the ball, and then right there he turns it over. Like literally, you can see just his ring finger slides down the ball a little bit, and then the other finger, the pointer finger, stays on just a little bit later, and then it spins just slowly away. So this feeling, this right here, this right Here, this feeling right there, that's when I know, like when everything feels like it's right on time, that's a feeling that I woke up in the morning, I was like, oh, I want that feeling. That's what he had on this. Really nice. It's a chitter. Does he do a Vulcan like that, or like a Foch, or does he does this split change? So this is the one I threw. I threw a split change. I mean, the only reason it's called a split change is because you add these two fingers. If you go just here, that's a splitter. You go like jam the ball between your halfway through and barely on. That's a fork. Those are the differences. All right. Last one. Last nasty pitch of the day. Oh yeah, saw this last night. This is a great one to end on. Everyone, we're gonna have 5-second 5-second moment of silence for JJ Bleday after this pitch. Front door sinker. It's mean. Brian Walker. I'll just show it to you. Oh, I didn't know that one was in there too. I almost got it. Oh, Shay. We're going to have a 5-second moment of silence for JJ Bleday. Thank you. Have you seen anything change with Eflin since the move to the Orioles? No, not really. He's just commanding the zone better.
This is the 1-2.
Wow. All with the base loaded winning run on first. Yeah, and it was a save. Good for him, man. Good for him. Very nasty. Those were the nastiest pitches of August so far. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to miss image in the future. YouTube. Thank you. Love you guys. Also, I'm trying to 100. Guys, if you're on YouTube right now, make sure that you like the stream. If you're not on YouTube and you're on Twitch, go to YouTube and like the stream. I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year. We're gonna do. I have an event planned when it happens, and also the team that I'm working with. We're gonna do a bonus structure if we get there too. So like, just no pressure, but it's their livelihoods are on the chopping block here. So make sure you sub to the YouTube and just like the stream so people can find it. Thank you. All right. Do we want to talk about? Ask me anything. What kind of wrap should I make for lunch? Chicken Caesar wrap. How can Mets pitchers stop walking so many batters? That's an interesting question. Walks come from a lot of different places. It's the walks where you're really trying to not walk somebody and you walk them, like in spots where you really need to not walk somebody, is the ones you want to eliminate. There's other times where, for whatever reason, it's a bad matchup or whatever, and you pitch around them. Those walks are okay. Adam Ottavino made a great point once. He said, I would rather, if my stuff's not great, I would rather walk a couple guys and not give up any hits and get out of the inning than, keep just trying to throw the ball down the middle because they can't throw a strike and give up 4 hits. I'm like, well, I hear that. Why is Bailey Ober so good at baseball throwing thing and he throws 92? We actually did a breakdown of him last week, Trey, which we are going to put up on TikTok soon. But the gist of it is he's 6'9", stands up really tall. Then he has really long extension, 7.2 feet of extension, which is 7 foot 3 inches ish. So he goes tall to low, which that lowers his release angle because he's spread out so far. And then he throws up. So then he throws up, and then he has 20 inches of ride. So you add ride with the up and down. So he's up, down, up. He changes eye levels twice and throws up. And then he's big, so you perceive that he's going to throw harder than he does. So actually the lower velocity makes it harder to hit. See also Christian Javier. Urseg is really nasty. He seems since coming... Is Ursig really as nasty as he seems to coming to Kansas City? He is. The problem is he has stretches where he struggles. Like there's 4 or 5 4 or 5 outings have defined both of his years. Like, he's just really bad for 4 or 5 outings. Fortunately, he had him earlier in the year. But we had a lot of discussions on how to, like, work through that stuff and how to be confident when things aren't going that well. But yes, he is that nasty. He is that nasty. I'd be excited. Opinion on Logan O'Hoppe. I think Logan O'Hoppe is the next JT Realmuto. That's what I think. I think Logan O'Hoppe having a JT Realmuto career is 100% in the cards for them, and he is going to be a big part of the Angels' success if they have any in the near future. I think Logan O'Hoppe's really good. Hey, Trevor, how quickly after retirement does your velocity go? I mean, as soon as you stop throwing every day, it just goes away. I don't even know. If you went out and threw a bullpen today after warming up, would your velocity be close to what it was last year? No. I would probably be, if I went and threw a bullpen, just played catch, threw a bullpen, I'd probably be mid-80s. I'd probably be like 86, 87 topping, like really letting a couple go, because I don't know what letting any go. Not only is my arm not in shape, but my body's not in shape to be explosive either. Like, I haven't done an explosive movement really in 9 months. So it does. I would lose 10 miles an hour right away. But if I train for a month, I bet you I could be 92 to 95. Easy. I could be 93, 95 still. I bet you I would have thrown 94, 95 again this year. But I didn't want to. We're going to do a thing over the offseason. Next spring, I'm going to get in shape, and we're going to see what I can do by opening day. I want to see. My goal is to hit 100 by opening day, and then never throw again. Position players care about pitchers making gestures when they don't make a play in the field? I mean, yes. Position players care about anyone showing them up. You should just never show up anybody. If you go throw your hands up and go, "What are you doing?" You're worried about yourself. That's a bad look. Never do that. You never do that. The harm it causes, never do that. Do you think you had another year in you? I had 3-4 years in me, Dylan. 100%. I could have played until I was 36, 37, 38. I bet you. Giants for Athletic last night was really good. Yeah, Snell's nasty. I mean, it was just... Blake Snell is, wow. You know? Big wow. Who is your best Dominican teammate? Ooh. Best Dominican teammate. Where's Gregorio Petit from? I think he's from Venezuela. Yeah, dang it. He's my favorite Venezuelan. Greg Pettit. Gregorio Petit. One of my favorites. Then why'd you retire? Because I wanted to. Because I just didn't want to play anymore, man. I wanted to stay home. I wanted to have a child. And I didn't want, and honestly, I didn't want my wife to have to go do that anymore either. And just follow me around. That's it. It came down to. I was just I was over it. Over everything that went along with it. The game was still fun, yes, but it wasn't fulfilling me as much as I wanted it to be. And there's just a lot of politics go on. There's a lot. There's just a lot of different stuff. But I love talking about the game, and I wanted to transition to this, anyways. So I'm really actually I don't regret it at all, because at the end of the day, when it comes down to only trying to make as much money as you can, that's just not how I want to live my life. I did live my life for that for 16 years, so I'm okay. Not that I didn't love it. But, like, you know how Nikola Jokic talks about basketball? That's how I felt about baseball. That's how I felt. Where's Sergio from? Sergio Romo? Sergio Romo is American. He's Mexican. American. Still playing wiffle ball? I am. Thank you for asking. Actually, not only am I playing wiffle ball, I'm going to show you something. I am starting a new project that I'm very excited about. So this is my retirement gift. This is what I was gonna plan on getting myself for a long time. I finally pulled the trigger. It's a Sony FX3 cinema camera with a little monitor because there's no viewer, and we're doing a I'm going to go do some filming for we're doing an AWA mockumentary. So I'm going to go get a bunch of B-roll, some interviews and stuff today. There's a guy who works with the league who's a friend of theirs who just graduated from film school. And so him and I wrote the script, and now we're working on getting some of the piecing it all together and getting some interviews from the people around. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But today I'm busting this thing out for the first time, and I'm gonna go get some footage. It's gonna be great. Was pitch sequencing and those kinds of mind games fun to you? Yes. Yes. So we're working on a mockumentary. I'm doing my first short film. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm so fun. Trevor, you killed this podcast thing on here. Thank you. Guys, by the way, a new podcast episode is out. Basically, after next week, which is a Tuesday for the show, we're gonna do this show on Tuesday, or this stream on Tuesday again, and then after that is Monday for indefinitely. Once I come back and I'm done with the process of like. Once I come back and I'm done with Sunday Night Baseball, because we're only doing 5 at the outset. Anyway, let me know when you need some effects for your films. What do you mean at Dolly's Garage? What does that mean? What kind of effects do you make? By the way, I'm serious right now. I'm trying to find people who do all kinds of cool stuff, like that just do independent fun stuff that they like to do and they're passionate about it, and see where there's things. My brother does Blender. He does 3D modeling, and he's like trying to design his own assets for video games, but he also does a lot of like After Effects, like kind of like opening animations and stuff for things. And so we're trying to figure out how to get that skill set into like short films, possibly do an animated like short together. You do makeup? Oh, cool. Aunt Dolly's Garage. Awesome. Oh, awesome. That's so cool. That's super cool. Thanks, Tasty Jams. I wonder what that dancing kid's doing now. Probably the same thing, just older. Do you think the Orioles should cut their losses with Kimbrel? I think that at this point, unless you have a replacement, leave him out in that bullpen. Just maybe don't let him close. Because he's still better than most options, right? Trevor, were you a childhood fan of any of the teams you played for? I had a soft spot for the A's. And honestly, I had a little bit of a soft spot for the Mets because they have the underdog thing going on too. And to be honest, I didn't know a lot about the Twins, but I loved going to the Twins when I went there. So I would say the A's are the soft spot. My dad grew up liking the A's. Phillies somehow still have the best record in baseball. Yeah, it's crazy how all the top teams kind of stagnated and everyone else has closed the gap. So, but yeah, I really like being there. Really love being there. So anyway, that's the project I got going. When I come back next week, you're going to get regular videos. I have 2 YouTube videos in the works right now. I have another one that I'm working with a different kid who just graduated from film school, who likes to write and loves baseball. And so he came up with a couple ideas for some videos. He's going to research them, write the script for me, and then we're gonna finalize the script, and then I'm going to produce the video, and we're going to like kind of tag team it that way. Have you seen Trevor Bauer's 19 game go Mets go? I did. It's pretty crazy, man. I would have loved to see the percentage of the pitches thrown in that game that were swung at. It was crazy to me. Manual thinking, 3 months in a row. Look at you. 3 months. Did you give Taylor Scott his South African flowers? I don't know what that means, but I do like Taylor Scott. Great dude. Really dry sense of humor. Funny guy. What was your arm care routine post throwing, like the following days? You mean I pitched every day, man. Like we pitched. I did warm up stuff, and everything I did for my outings, did after the game. So it would be a variation of basically 3. I do 3 groups of exercises. It would either be some sort of rotational resistance. I use something called a tin deck or a Kanga Tech, and I would get into certain positions and then create resistance. And what it was like a little, you do 2 cannon and then it would measure the force at which you're pulling, and I try to stay in a range. So like manuals. And then I would do I do weighted ball drops. I do like 6 packs with wrist weights. I would do wall slides. I would do body blade, all that kind of stuff. Do you think Trevor will sign with the team? Trevor Bauer will sign with the MLB team? I don't. No, I don't. Do you think Trevor ever makes it back to the MLB? I don't think. I think he's good enough to, and I don't think a team will sign him. Not for a while. Everyone should be pro Bauer now that his evidence proves his innocence. Why? If he was innocent, he'd be back in the league. That's not true either. Guys, we're losing the thread here. I think we're saying things as if they're true and they're not. I don't think it matters. So we've been about this. But everyone being pro Bauer now that evidence proves his innocence, you got to remember all the other stuff that other people didn't like before. The things he said publicly. He can think what he wants, right? He can think what he wants, but like, this wasn't the first thing that people didn't like. And that teams didn't like. The sticky stuff thing, he called out the whole league for that. He's just like, you just never know if he's going to be the social media guy about a subject, which is his right to do, but teams don't want him to do it. So there's a way to do it. To be honest, I'm flirting with that line. I was flirting with that line a little bit to where teams probably wouldn't want to sign me because I was too vocal. Like, it's just the way it works. It's not getting blackballed. That's just, they decided they don't want to deal with you anymore. They just decided that. What happened to Bauer can happen to every man. No, Nick. Somehow, Nick, it's 99.999% of men have avoided it their whole lives. So explain that to me. That's not how things work, man. That's not true. Don't be. Let's not get under the assumption that it's something that you can't avoid. Is it an overcorrection at times? Sure. Yeah. Sure. But he said it himself. Monitor who you hang out with. Somehow I was never in a position to get in trouble about that. Somehow. I don't know how I did it. It's magic. Yeah, the people that can hire him don't like him. Thank you, Game Over. That's just kind of, it doesn't matter what I think, what you think, what anyone thinks. And then he's just, he's on social media, he's just kind of doubling down, tripling down. He's got a lot of people supporting him there. I understand it, but it's just not going to help. If the goal is to finally get to the major leagues, it's not going to help. It just isn't. Whether or not we think that's true, right or not, it does not matter. It's unfair. Life is unfair. You can think it's unfair all day, but it doesn't matter. So. Yeah, and that's it. That's all it is. It's just, But again, like I said, he can do like the things he was pursuing, the way he was having relationships and stuff. Like that's all within his prerogative. But that situation now the case can be made, right? And you know that. So it's risky. Risks were taken. Yeah, we had the ball launch, and these are all like on their everything on its own, like the throwing the ball in, the sticky stuff, and the arbitration hearing with the 69, 420 thing. Like none of that's really harmful, and it's just kind of like trolly, right? Just kind of trolly, and just a lot of this. Like executives are like, okay, all right, okay. Like that's just kind of what happened. That's all it is. That's all it is. So anyway. Yasiel Puig isn't coming back either. True. Anyway, yeah, that's all it is. But that said, is he throwing very, very well in Mexico? Yes, he has pitched extremely well this year. And if all things considered, if there were no personalities, we were all robots playing baseball. Only thing we needed, everyone's personality and everyone was liked exactly the same amount. He is good enough to play in the major leagues. There's no doubt in my mind that he would go out and have a good year. Like there's no doubt in my mind. So, that's it. His performance doesn't justify the pain in the ass he is. I think teams feel that way. That's it. Isn't 47-year-old Robinson Cano hitting like 500 in that league? Is he 47 now? There's no way he's 47. Anyway. Have you Drew Chrisman free agent punter? I don't. Jets, got to write all that again. I don't know. If you could play in another country, where would you pick? Oh, Japan. Just because I want to go live in Japan. Have you seen Drew Chrisman, free agent punter? A team didn't like him posting his videos on social media. So he visited with a team, and he said that he visited them, and they didn't like that. Do you think Glasnow's on the real aisle, or the phantom aisle? The real aisle this time. He did. Okay, first of all, there is no phantom aisle, guys. No, neither. He's not. It's real. It's real every time. But the thing over, like getting the break going into the All-Star break, that was more of a, get a blow, get 5 extra days, get another pitcher to make a start there. Like, that's all valid because he did have something going on. I think this time he went right back on. I think that rest, it wasn't quite enough. That's probably what it is, which is frustrating because I love watching that guy pitch. He posted a video what trying out in the NFL looks like. Yeah, we live in a building your own brand only goes so far, and I think that you got to think along the lines of kids, guys out there that are looking to do this kind of thing. You want to go to college, you want to make content, you want to do all this stuff. Think about it in a way like how can I make this collaborative with the group that I'm with right now? How can I use this as one to build a brand for myself, but also put on what we're all doing as a team here? If you think that way, most of the time you will not get in trouble. So like if you're doing a day in the life type thing, like trying out for a team, just tell them, hey, is it okay if I do this? Like, just let them know. It comes down to that. Like, it just comes down to them being on board. Just make sure the people around you are on board. Every time, like I did a Mets vlog, I made sure everyone knew I was doing it that day. Like, I walked in, I had the camera, I was like, hey guys, I'm doing a vlog. You just tell me, hey man, don't put me in that. You won't be in it. Unless it's Jake DeGrom, I made sure he said, hey man, I don't want to be in your vlog. I'm like, cool. And I'd always put him in it just for a split second just because I like trolling Jake. But everyone else, it was cool. So like, and then in 22, I didn't do any because we had Max there. Max never explicitly said, I don't like vlogs, but I do know for a fact that he has said publicly that he hated that stuff. So I was like, I'm not going to deal with it. He's our star. If he sees it as a distraction, I'm going to respect him, and that's okay. It wasn't that big of a deal to me, right? So I think it was great content, which sucks. But again, like if you get permission and then the team is also getting some props for it, then it's we're all Gucci, you know what I mean? Scherzer's so grumpy. He's just intense, man. I don't think the video even showed the Commanders in bad light. Was there any like secrets or anything going on? That's interesting. Padres celebration are toxic. Saw a video the other day that the Padres celebrations are too toxic. I'm not familiar with any other ones besides like Profar, but Profar does tend to cross into the personal realm. At times he gets personal with this stuff. It feels like they do. That's why people have problems with him. I've heard nothing but good things about Jerkson as a person and as a teammate, and I think this is just, you love him when he's on your team, and sometimes you're like, okay, that's tired, like when it's against you, but it's all in the spirit of competition. But other than that, though, I don't really know. But yeah, that's the way he is. It's like a minute long on Twitter. Maybe we can give you some permission to give me a link. Or you can type in the person's name on X and we can look at it if you want. All right, guys, we are winding down here. Last 10 minutes of the show. Any big questions that you want answered, now is the time to answer them. Any subjects you were always wondering about, you wanted me to get into, I am in. Manual thinking again. Do you feel like you have a starstruck moment while pitching? Did you ever have a starstruck moment while pitching the MLB batter? Yes, Miggy Cabrera. When he stepped in the box the first time, I was like, oh shit, this is the big leagues. D. Chrisman 91. I bet you he was born in 1991. What do you guys think? Drew Chrisman. Oh, he posted it. Okay, hold on. I want to watch this. We'll even do audio. By the way, see this thing? This is called a loop. It's called a laundry loop. It's all your laundry stays together. Oh, he made his bed. Cute. What is that, Denny's? Okay, so this is sponsored. What is this? Yo, you think you're gonna get away with this, bro? Yeah, Philly, go for it. Go to jail. Do not pass go. What the was that, dude? I'm so confused. Did he come out with his clothes again? Shoes on still? No. He went in with his shoes on. This guy likes his transitions, huh? Okay, first of all, I love the way it's edited and filmed, but at the same time, he's got to go to all these places and set the camera up on the ground and walk by it, go back and get it. Like, I just need you to know how awkward this whole thing is behind the scenes because I've done stuff like this. I don't know. Shout out to him. But also, I think what at the end of the day, guys, I think the thing they had the problem with is the business card, the sponsored part of it. I think the problem was the sponsored part. Like, during his tryout, he went and, well, I don't know actually if he did this beforehand. He might have. But he went out and put the card next to the goalpost. If there was anyone else out there, they would have been like, what is he doing? Also, at the end, when he put the camera kind of where it couldn't be seen far away, I think he just didn't want them to know he was recording it. I think that's what they had an issue too. So it was sponsored, and he kind of showed a private conversation. There's no problems, but like, and also the end, he came home, he set the camera up, and then told the child to run out and hug him. That's a little bit weird too to think about. Other than that, though, good content. No, I agree though. Well done content. Well made. It's just like the spirit of the context. Some things just like everything doesn't. It's one of those examples of like, does all of this need to be made this way? Like, what's the goal of all this? Right? To get paid, to get money, and that becomes the incentive. And then it's just like like, just come focus. They're like, can you just come focus on football for a day? Right? You know what I mean? And that's what they're looking for. Can you put it down for a day? But it is good though. It's well made. It's just, it feels very dramatized, and that's, you got to do that. So he did the same thing with another team, but I don't think they cared. Yeah. I just think it probably comes down to them not knowing. I bet you it was the end part. It was the part where he got the news. I bet you they didn't like that. So, oh my God, can we do this real quick too? I want to make sure. I almost forgot. Where is it? This. Before we leave, guys, here's your craziest stat of the day. This was like a week ago, but I wanted to make sure we got to it. Where Where is it? There it is. This is crazy. Members of the Nats media determined that they had used 13 third basemen since Anthony Rendon left in Washington. So I looked it up. The Angels have used 28 third basemen since they signed Rendon, dude. So since Anthony Rendon left the Nationals, they've used 9 less different third basemen than the team he went to. Why can't people just live their lives and not look for clout? One, we'll talk about that in a second. That is hilarious. That is also incredible. I believe Anthony just went on the IL again. I believe. So I just thought this was crazy. If you hadn't seen this, that is insane to think about. Can you imagine? Man, that must be so frustrating for everyone involved. I would be, if I saw this and I was him, I'd be like, God, like, because he's got a lot of tough injuries too. Not all the injuries are like lack of effort, right? He's had some crazy stuff happen as well. So it's nuts. That's nuts. Who takes the NL West? I think the Dodgers end up winning it, but okay. What was the last thing we were going to talk about? Oh, all right. Clout-driven society. Guys, we are an attention economy. Do you guys know what an attention economy is? Basically, every single company that used to advertise on TV has focused on advertising directly to consumer via Facebook, via TikTok Shop. TikTok Shop is one of the most insidious things I've ever seen, and people don't seem to understand it. It is a wild value extraction from content creators where they're not being paid near as much as they should be for those things, and it waters down the whole market. It's terrible. It's really, really bad. But we also live in this place where people are struggling. People in from the lower middle class into the lower class are really struggling to pay for anything. And so it's really, really enticing to get on the internet and say the craziest stuff, because at the end of the day, it pays whatever you need, and the internet's not real. So might as well just go out, be crazy, know that's not you, and rake it in. Just look at Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross adds nothing to anything. He just sits in front of his camera, doesn't know anything about anything, and he's become the guy who has famous people on camera with him. Like, that's what his brand is. Good for him. He figured it out. But that's only going to go so far. There's going to get to a point where people are like, all right, we're bored of this. This is boring. And then what? Right? So, and you can, nothing is about if it's right or wrong, or if you even believe it or not. Like, that's the thing. People just do stuff whether or not they care about it or not. That's the incentive, is just to make money. It doesn't matter about what we're talking about. It's gotten worse than like, let's fight about this. We have bad opinions. We have no opinions. We're just indifferent. Indifference is so much worse. We're not screwed though. Let me be very clear. We're not screwed. It's just another thing. But us as a society, we are adjusting. We are. That, I want you guys to know that. A lot of us feel this way, like, ugh. And when we feel ill about something, we kind of just pull away from it. Like, Twitter has less users than it had, which is a good thing. The same thing, like the film industry, right? Films they all just do, they won't pick it up unless it has IP already. So everything's a remake, whatever. People who watch movies are starting to hate that. We're starting to not watch this shit anymore. So they're going to have to change. That's how it works. So it just takes a while. But I think enough people know we're starting to reject inauthentic things, and we're looking for authenticity. Just look how, like, even like, I know Mr. Beast has all this stuff going, but even the Mr. Beastification of YouTube, that's also, people are like, ugh, they don't like it as much. Like, other people copying them, they're like, it's not as popular anymore. The crazy thumbnails, not as popular anymore. The super, just the you going is getting more popular because people want authenticity. It's just trends. So we know it's toxic and not good for us. And it's just like anything else. It's gonna adjust. And when I have a child, I'm gonna have to adjust how he interacts with the internet, but I'm not gonna keep him off it. There's just no way to do it. It's not gonna happen. I just want him to be able to make good decisions and also parse out information on the internet and have a healthy relationship with, like, oh, none of this is real. Like, real life is us together. That's not real. So, but it's hard. It's really hard. And the internet, just think about it like this way. It ain't that serious. If it's on X, probably not that serious. If it's on Instagram, probably not that serious. Probably not. The person who is yelling like, I think this, probably doesn't even feel that strongly about it. They just got to remember the added incentive of, if a lot of people look at this, then I'm going to get paid more money. So just imagine that adds 50% of emotion on top of things that isn't really there, and it's freeing, really nice. Just be very demure, very mindful. Groceries is $200, dude. Groceries are crazy. I bought a can of soup for $6 the other day. I was like, this is Progresso. How is this? How did this go from $1.99 to $6 in like 5 years? There are baseball creators who do that clickbait crap too. Chat, I do it. Like literally, titles are built to do that. So you got to find a way where like I put ex MLB player on everything. Why? Because it's a hook, and people who don't know who I am, that's interesting to them. I understand people who don't already know who I am, that's not interesting, and it feels gross. It feels gross. But at the end of the day, the video speaks for itself. You just need to get people to click on it. So that's what those things are for. So I clickbait titles are okay because at the end of the day, video sucks a minute in, they're still going to turn it off. So it's kind of necessary, and it sucks, and I hate it, but it's kind of necessary. Kind of like on Twitch, you're getting ads all the time. I can't help it. I wish I could never give you any ads, but I can't. I used to not be able to, or I used to be able to. Now I can't. So I'm with you. I'm going to try to put stuff behind as few paywalls as humanly possible for you. Trust me, I'm trying. I want you guys just to enjoy stuff and like enjoy it, and then have some bells and whistles you can have if you want to spend a little bit of money. And that's it. All my merch, the markups are like 25, 30% just to make a little tiny bit of money. But like, I'm not going to like sell you a sticker for $20 when it costs $2 to make it. That's stupid. If it costs $2, or if it costs, I think those stickers I'm releasing are like $3.50. I'm selling them for $6. They don't need to be more than that. You know, like just make some money, pay the people that work with you, get a little bit of money yourself. Your life just can't be how can I rig this so that I get to keep most of everything all the time? How is life fun that way? I don't understand. But anyway. Not gonna lie, I first clicked because of XMLB and I haven't stopped. Exactly. Someday when I get to 100,000 subs, I'll have to do that a little bit less. But like, you know, there's certain subjects that if I go, I talked about seam shifted wake, everyone's like, why the hell do we care what you have to say? I'm like, X 16-year major league pitcher talks about seam shifted wake. Like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. See how that's the difference? How's retirement? It's freaking awesome, man. I love it. Thank you for being you. Thank you, Reds. Appreciate it. I don't know. We can't just be obsessed with money like we are all the time. It just breeds unhappiness, man. Like, it's funny. Elon Musk is our richest person in the world. I don't think he's happy. I think he's a miserable person. That sucks. Makes me feel bad. Because he doesn't have to be. Got everything. He doesn't have to solve all the world's problems. It's not his job, right? But I think it's more about his value of himself, how he values himself, and that makes me sad. So, when you pass on, you can't take the money with it. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, doesn't work out. You can always be a motivational speaker. I don't want to do that either. I want to have honest conversations, be like, and just help people find whatever the happiest version of themselves are, where they love other people and support other people, and that's it. And then the people they don't agree with, they're able to say, hey, man, I don't agree with you. And then just like not interact with that person very much. I think that's the best way forward. The ability to really lean into the things we love to do and the people we like, and then just let the other people go. Just let them go, let them be. But just let it go. Surrender to the way it is and just let them go. And if they're doing things that harm other people, then you check them. But if they're not, and they're just like being toxic by themselves, then you let them go. Thoughts on Cheerio? So good. Can't buy happiness, even though it does make it easier. Cheers. Yeah. Let's just put it this way. I'm very happy that I bought this. That's all I'm saying. Very Taoist. I'm going to be honest, guys. The Eastern culture, they got some stuff figured out. Thoughts on the Brewers? Dude, I think the Brewers are like probably like the top 3 team and have been all year. Going to Seattle in a month. Any general recommendations on the food, hikes, and places? Get sushi if you like sushi. Get sushi. Go to the International District if you like Asian fusion or Asian food. We have a great Korean barbecue up in Capitol Hill as well. And if you want to go for hikes, go into the Cascades. Go up I-90. So look for hikes along I-90. There's some good ones that are close. And then like Mount Rainier is like an hour and a half away. It's the mountain. If it's a nice day, there's some crazy hikes up there. But all you got to do is type in Seattle hikes. There's literally hundreds of them within 20 minutes of the city. Hundreds. Need a tilt shift lens? I don't know what that is, but I love it. In the league or the NL? In the league. I think the Brewers have been one of the most consistent teams all year. They've stayed about what their winning percentage is all year. I feel like they haven't really gone on any, and correct me if I'm wrong, any like this last week for the Mariners, like they didn't have any of those. Got to avoid those like the plague. So I'm a big fan. All right, guys, I'm going to take off. It is 10:38. I have to be out of here by 11. I got a call. So expect a new YouTube video coming out very soon. If you want to rewatch this, if you're just coming in, you want to watch the rest of this VOD is available on YouTube. Make sure that you like the YouTube channel, please. And also starting next week, because I completely forgot to write my script, I have a new sponsor coming next week. It is a fantasy sports sponsor. And we are going to do have some fun as a community. So when this sponsor comes on board, we're going to weekly do some picks with polls and stuff together and just see how we come out. And by the way, how can you relax your arm after a long throwing session? Sit around. Teeny Bird, 32 months. Thank you. Yes, it's underdog. You guessed it right. I'll just say it. It's underdog. We're going to do some underdog pick'ems, but we're going to do that next week. We're going to give it some more love. And I'm also in Washington, so I don't think we're going to be able to actually make the bet. So we're just going to have to be doing a little bit of math, but we'll pick a couple. We'll pick like 3 picks from one of the games from the week. We'll pick like 3 different days, and one will be the offensive pick. So we'll pick like a hitter that do bases, RBIs, and stuff. We'll do a pitcher for like strikeouts, runs given up, whatever. And then we'll also do just a flex category where we can pick either one, and we just go by the total fantasy points or whatever they score. So we can pick either one. Good matchups. So, but what we'll do is we'll try to go find some good matchups and like think about it. We'll go to the Savant and we'll make some educated guesses. So it'll be fun. But we'll do that for the first time next week. Because we're not going to have, we're also not going to have nasty pitches next week. We do that every 2 weeks. So, all right. All right, my loves. I don't know why I called you my loves. Evidently, I love you. Sorry. You know what? I won't. You know what? Not gonna apologize. I freaking love you, chat. I love you guys. All of you. I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you next week for Mayday Tuesday, and then after that, we're Mayday Monday forever. Want to come say hi before we leave? And Kate's going to say hi or goodbye.
Hi, everyone. Bye, everyone. I love you too.
Look at Pat. She's barely holding it up. Okay, don't bounce around. All right, guys. You guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time on the channel. I love you. Bye.